You have to register a new company or a new business name for all of your business ideas. I know people who have a business idea every 2 market day. I understand. You have a lot of business ideas. Some you are still thinking about them. Some you already have your plans and all. And now, do you have to register 10 companies for all of these ideas? This is what we are going to be discussing today. Welcome to Education, our weekly legal podcast, where we break down legal matters, legal issues, legal topics, and concepts to your understanding without having to go to the law school. So, in the past few days, we have had to give counsel, advice, or answer questions around what do I have to do or how do I go about. I have about 10 business ideas, and I don't know, do I have to register 10 companies or 10 business names and all? Or I already have my business registered. I have about 4 businesses registered. And I actually want them to come under one umbrella. What do I have to do? How do I go about it? To also cut costs. It's very important we discuss this because of cost implication, legal compliance and all of that. Imagine you have 10 business ideas and you have to register 10 different companies or 10 different business names. For all the business names, you have to pay tax. For all the business names, you have to file annual returns. For all the business names, there are different, regulatory compliance requirements and all that you have to do for all of them. So why do you have to do this when you can actually just bring everything under one umbrella? What will be my counsel to you in this situation? Well, this is going to be a free counsel. I'm not going to charge you for it. What will I naturally advise somebody in this situation? Well, I would suggest that it is better that you register a limited liability company, and which gives you opportunity to bring in all your business ideas, everything you have in mind, to bring it under your MEMAT. You can include them in your MEMAT, and even in the future, if you come up with new business ideas and all, it gives you an opportunity to also be able to amend your MEMAT and bring in those new ideas. For registering a business name, for instance, there may be some limitations as to the number of businesses you can bring under it, but not for a private limited liability company, for instance. Now, the question is, so how do I differentiate each business? One is oil and gas, one is into fashion, one is farming, one is into manufacturing, and all of that. Will there be no confusion and all? Well, that is where I always advise the use of trade names. Don't get confused. There's a difference between trade names and your business name. Now, your business name or your company name, or registered name, is what you have registered with the CAC. That's the official name that will be on all your correspondences. You are opening an account in the bank and all of that. That is what you will have on it. But you can go a little further and have a trade name. That is a name that you use in the course of your trade. You don't have to register your trade name, but you can be known by that name. Let me give you a typical example. For instance, Guarantee Trust Bank PLC is the registered name. Everybody, or in their documentation with CC and all of that. That is what you will always find there. But you and I know that GTB seems more popular than Guarantee Trust Bank. GTB, you mentioned GTB, everybody knows who you are talking about. So that can be your concept, or you can borrow an idea like that, that you have your registered name, and then you can still go ahead and have your trade name. In the situation that you have various ideas or various aspects of businesses you want to bring under one, what do? There is a simple way of going by it. For instance, the name that we want to use is actually Chazon Investment Limited, for instance. We now decide to have an aspect of our business that is into Medicare. We have an aspect of our business that is into hospitality. We have an aspect of our business that is into real estate. We have an aspect of our business that is into fashion designing and all. What do? Do we use Chazon Investment Limited to describe all of them? We can actually have Chazon Homes as our real estate company. We can have Chazon Fabrics or Chazon Clothing as our trade name for our fashion business. We can have Chazon Manufacturing. We can have Chazon whatever you can call it. Now, we didn't have to bother ourselves about registering each of these ones as a separate entity. We brought all of them under one company, but then we operate each of these businesses by their trade names. Now, on the aspect of whether that trade name can be infringed or not, well, that's going to be a discussion for the future when we talk about intellectual property and all. So stay tuned with us. Keep watching this space. We are going to really dive into all intellectual property law and other aspects of the law. Another way to go about it is actually to allow your company own all the businesses that you want to register. That way, you don't have liability. Any liability on it belongs to the company. What do I mean? Now, I remember mentioning to you when I was talking about limited liability companies and all that they are legal entities that have almost all the features of a human being. You know, the law relates with it like a human being. It can actually own a business just like you can own a business. So if you decide that each of the branches of your businesses you want to maybe register a business name for them, in this wise, it will now be the Chazon Investment Limited who now registers a business name, maybe as a subsidiary to that company. So you now have each aspect of this business as a subsidiary, but it is the property of the company. The liability of that business and everything belongs to the company. You know, you won't have to worry yourself about how do I handle the company itself, the staff and all will handle everything that has to do with the business. I believe you have learned something from us today. If you have done that, please make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop a comment and share this to other people who may benefit from it. Thank you.